This is the J-Hawks Sports Network, powered by Heartland Technology.
All right, we are back on and ready for Game 2 of high school basketball here on the J-Hawks Sports Network from Heartland Technology. South Gym tonight in Jesup. I'm Nate Clayberg. Luke Baldwin will be the next voice you hear from the upper patio as the Huskies and the J-Hawks will face off in girls basketball. Oelwein Huskies in this NICL East matchup. They are 3-3 in conference play on the boys' side of things. That would be tied for third place right now. 6-9 overall. Jesup J-Hawks coming in here, again, a Class 2A school. Both are. They are 3-1 in the Nickel East, which puts him in the number 1 spot. They're still playing catch-up in games in the conference play. Overall, they are 9-5 after winning last night over East Marshall 81-44. Oelwein facing last night Dyke New Hartford. And I don't have that final of how that score came out last night against the Wolverines. But here we go, ready for more basketball as Jesup did beat Oelwein earlier in the season on December the 5th, 69-45. Luke, I guess we'll see how this one plays out tonight.
Yeah, this is Oelwein's one of those teams that you don't want to let your guard down on. Much like the girls, they come in on paper. It seems like Jesup should have the advantage, but Oelwein does have some athletes. They got a few kids that can score the ball. Connell Sauser, for example, he averages just under 15 a game. And then Dieterman, I can't even say that. Timmerman.
Timmerman. Okay.
Timmerman averages double figures as well. So Jesup's going to, hopefully they come out with the same intensity and interest in, just ending the game early as they did last night. But we shall see.
Yeah, the I think tip-off to final horn was about an hour last night with East Marshall. So that was a quick one last night that took place here in the Jesup Gym. But starting lineups set to happen here very shortly. Doug Frush gets the honors tonight as we're still waiting for final instruction from the Oelwein coach and maybe looking for one more horn as
and now for some boys basketball.
As Doug's just going to make it happen. So Oelwein ready to go now. We'll turn things over to Doug.
Number 1, Brady Burkhardt. Junior number 3, Dylan Hamilton. Senior number 4, Ethan Timmerman. Junior number 15, Kyle Saucer. And senior number 24, Terry Pryor. Oelwein is led by head coach Michael Wallace. Now for your Jesup J-Hawks. Senior number 0, Jack Miller. Senior number 4, Kale Schissel. Junior number 5, Nick Moore. Junior number 10, Ryan Crypto. Junior number 11, Landon Global. Jesup is led by head coach Joe Smine.
All right, we are set for action here shortly. Luke, why don't you run down those again quick?
Yes, sir. For the Oelwein Huskies, junior number 1, Brady Burkhardt. A junior guard, number 3, Dylan Hamilton. Senior guard, number 4, Ethan Timmerman. A junior guard, number 15, Connell Sauser. And senior guard / forward, number 24, Derek Pryor. And for your Jesup J-Hawks, number 0, senior guard Jack Miller. Number 4, senior guard Kale Shizzle. Number 5, a junior forward Nick Moore. Number 10, a junior guard Ryan Treptow. And number 11, a junior forward Landon Vogel.
So Jesup underway as they will not get the tip, but they do go back, or they do get the ball quickly back from Oelwein as they go back and start their offense. And Coach Smines, we talked to him at halftime of the girls' game, and he was impressed with the ball movement and just really the consistency that team had last night, let alone the play of Jack Miller and Treptow. But gave a big nod to Landon Vogel as well last night for stepping up his play this season.
Yeah, Landon really did a nice job, and we talked about that last night. The ball movement was about as good as we had seen all season. There was just no wasted energy in the Jayhawk offense last night. Treptow, I don't know if you saw that. He took quite a tumble on the near sideline here on that first possession. Not exactly sure what happened, but glad to see he's up and okay.
Shizzle, he had 12 last night as he had 4 3-pointers. Actually had more than that, but he started off with 12 points with 4 3-pointers. I think he ended up with 14 or 16, something like that.
Probably hoping to repeat that.
Oelwein jumps ahead as they will get to Timmerman with a 3-pointer, and they go up 3-2.
Again to Timmerman, second leading scorer for the Huskies, averaging just over 10 a game. Actually, just over 11 a game.
Shot by Treptow, bring him in with a deep 3. Bring it Jayhawks back over in the top. Down low, Treptow, all ball on that, no whistle. Basket does go, and tied up. Sauser with that basket. Left-handed in with Treptow, a little lean in, no good.
Rebound by Pryor. I actually know Tarek Pryor. He dates one of Anna's friends. So he's actually been at my house a few different times. Good kid.
Left side, bring that in with Hamilton.
Solid handshake, Nate. The first time I met Mr. Pryor, he shook my hand, and I was impressed right away just based on his handshake.
But was he impressed with you, I guess is the question.
You know, he spoke favorably of me, so
as far as you know.
Apparently I left a good impression on him as well.
Vogel, 2 points for him.
He's welcome at my house anytime, though, I'll say that.
5:12 to go.
Nice defense by Treptow. Almost gets the steal.
Hamilton available up top. Not going to be able to pass it off. Pryor comes right side. Vogel got pressure on him. And that one's not going to lean in. Follows up on his own, and he'll get a basket, 2 points.
Yeah, Jesup's got to rebound that ball. Can't allow Pryor to get that deep and then get his own rebound as well.
We'll push into Jack. No look out to Landon. 3-pointer. 5 points total for Landon. Just easy goes, I feel like, this game. A little steal from Vogel. Vogel's starting tonight here. Cross court, risky pass to Miller. Do find it. Shizzle eyed up the basket for a minute. No look to Treptow. Underneath to Nick Moore, and outside again, Vogel.
Rebound.
Miller gives it back to him again. Almost like a ball return. Here you go again.
Jack Miller deep 3, thought about it. He's going to take the long jump shot, and nothing but net, man. Thing of beauty.
Mix up that shot a little bit.
Let's make this harder.
3-point margin.
Make the shot look hard, or make the shot harder but look easy. That's kind of his style. Pryor with the rebound, up and in. No, does not get the roll. His teammate Sauser there to clean things up.
Yeah, Sauser confident where he was at. .318 to go. A quick first quarter and a charge.
That's going to go against Treptow. That's Treptow's first of the night, I believe. Yes, it is. That'll be second team foul on Jesup as Madden Sly makes his way into the game. He's going to replace Nick Moore. And Oelwein partly responsible for Jesup's current top spot in our pod. You know, they knocked off, or they took one from LaPorte City Union a week or so ago, which kind of catapulted us to the top of our pod.
Yeah, an overtime win at Union. That really Set some ownership there as Shizzle got it. Eyes the three, easy in. 3 3-pointers so far for the Jesup J-Hawks. Miller really playing with Pryor a little bit as he takes that away, and a little frustration on Pryor's end, I believe.
Well, yeah,
after Miller and drew that foul or caused that foul.
He's out there just begging his teammates, come get the ball from me. I'm dead in the water, and nobody was really picking up his call for assistance. And then Jack decided, I'm going to go ahead and take this.
Treptow gets a little pick from Shizzle as he opens up left side. Back out to Miller. He'll shoot down to Treptow. He's going to get he's going to get some tight coverage down below, but that one rings out.
Man.
And Sauser almost lost handle of that one. Able to complete and follow through. He takes up to 6 points total. It's tight, 15-13. Vogel tries to find his way in, and he is going to get held up.
It's tough, a team like Jesup, or any team coming off a victory like Jesup had last night, such a lopsided victory. It's tough to come back and not necessarily replicate what you did last night, but just come back with the same intensity and get a win 2 nights in a row like that. Especially when you got a team like Oelwein that, they're fighting tooth and nail. They want to get as many wins as they can. They're currently sitting 4th in the pod.
First free throw in for Vogel. Count that second one. I wasn't sure if that was a shooting foul or not, but they did call that a shooting foul.
Yeah. So sitting, third or fourth, depending on how you look at it. You got 2 teams kind of tied there between Oelwein and Sumner Fred.
And those things will really shake out this week. Get a chance to see who's in the driver's seat at week's end with Sumner Fred on Thursday, Wapsie on Tuesday.
Slick move by Sly. Up and under.
A little give and go. Oelwein can't get it to go with Burkhardt. And now Sly, high pass back to Shizzle, wide open play. Treptow, left side, no good.
That was a nice job of Sly recognizing that he was in a position outside of his comfort zone. He got the ball on the run in the middle of the fast break there. Really had an open lane to the hoop, but he had an odd number of steps he was going to have to take to make that happen, and on the fly he kicked it out to the perimeter, which I think was a wise move on his part.
With that shot, 7 points for Jack Miller. Again, what we estimated last night, or we had estimated for us, he needs about 67 points a game to get to 2,000 points here.
Honestly, Nate, I don't feel like that's a big ask.
That's a small lift, I think. Under 8 seconds here, first period. Shizzle three in and out. Hands of the Timmerman, and
no good. I didn't
in the first period.
I didn't realize we were at the end of the quarter there, and he's got a wide open guy streaking ahead of him. I'm like, what is he doing? And then I looked at the clock and realized, oh, that's what he's doing.
So looking right now, leading scorer Jack Miller is tied up with Landon Vogel. Each has 7 points. Shizzle with 3, Treptow with 3 as well, and give a basket to Madden Sly. Oelwein has Sauser, their leading point getter right now, with a total of 8. Again, just joining us, girls beating Oelwein earlier, 76-38. So I guess just evaluating what you saw in that first quarter was a quick one, but impressed with the early play of Vogel.
Yeah, 2 nights in a row, he's come out ready to get after it, pushing the ball well, distributing it, knocked down that deep 3. Really looking confident and playing well at the moment. these two teams in general just, I guess it has stretched out a little bit here, 7-point difference in the score, but pretty complimentary play at the moment. You know, it's still definitely a battle going on right now.
Jesup will have the ball to start the second period. Shizzle inbound to Ryan Treptow. Looking to see where things can start. Moore, Miller, Treptow, Shizzle, and Landon Vogel starting 5 back in for the Jayhawks. Missed shot brings Oelwein back towards that north hoop. Little lead in and goes.
There he goes. Your man, Vogel with the rebound.
Right side, Vogel looked at a little bit.
Vogel, he's got a younger sister who's an 8th grader this year, and she's a little stud. Foul on the floor. That's going to go against 3, which is not at all helpful to you guys at home. That's Dylan Hamilton. Anyway,
a good basketball player is what you're saying.
Yeah, Landon Vogel's younger sister, and I can't pull her name out of my head right now, but she's a heck of a baller.
7 minutes here before halftime. At halftime, we'll talk to head girls coach Jordan Conrad. The victory tonight over Oelwein earlier. Preview next week. Shot up, rim no good, and recovered by Ryan Treptow on the defense. No look. Vogel finds Moore. I feel like these guys are about 2 passes ahead of where they're at.
Yeah, well,
you know, of where they're thinking. They feel like they know where it's at, and they're just making it happen.
In that case, I think that's fairly accurate. That ball was a little high and too hot to handle.
6.5. 22-15. Takeaway by Shizzle. Saves it on that sideline. Bring it up to Miller. Not quite the alley-oop we saw a few weeks back. Save from out of bounds.
I don't know. Jack was up there so high, I think he thought he was falling off a cliff coming down the way his legs started to.
It was like he was up there and then was able to look down and then look up and make a sandwich and then come down.
It's kind of funny to watch. Got a kick ball by Moore on the far side. It's going to be tossed in underneath. And Madden Sly is going to check back into the game for Moore. More minutes as well as Nick Moore. It's clever, wasn't it?
It was.
Not really. That was terrible.
Looking inside, push it was Sauser. Whistle was blown as Sauser draws the foul.
That's going to go against Vogel.
And that will be Landon's first personal, second team foul, I believe, or first team foul for Jesup. This quarter, anyway. Sauser now at 9 points. Back of the rim, no good. Miller pulls it away from Shizzle on that rebound. Quick down floor. This Jesup offense will go. Paxton McCone getting some time at guard right now. As he's been playing some decent ball, leading that offense on the JV team. They got the win earlier up in the North Gym in the JV contest against Oelwein.
Michael Mullis, the Huskies head coach, firing some directions out to his players.
Pryor looking for an opening. He sees in the corner. Corner shot doesn't fly for Whitaker.
Nice swap from behind by Treptow. And Paxton McCone in the game. Did you mention that? I didn't even notice that until just now.
He slid in, yeah. So he had some minutes last night, the varsity level, coming in here in the second quarter tonight. Just 4.5 to the midway point.
Paxton, 5'8", junior guard.
There's a jump Pryor outside, hits that board. On a fast break. Paxton's going to pull back on it. Shizzle looked at it. Now crossover.
But a foul going against Landon Whitaker. That's Landon's first foul, second team foul for the Huskies, matching Jesup's total team foul in this fouls in the second quarter. Chisel driving back out to Paxton.
Chisel finding us down in the low. Sly really trying to break away, looking for an opportunity, had to force it to Treptow. And no look out to Paxton McCone.
Oh, I thought that was in. It was short and left.
Just need a little bit more on that. And Pryor
sticks with it, gets it to fall. That brings
shot clock's back in action tonight. Had some technical issues with them last night, so good to see those back in order as Miller inside. Doesn't get the jumper. Treptow pulls it back. Free throw length. He will get it to fall, and the whistle blows.
We've got that's just a timeout by Coach Smines, but there was all sorts of bodies flying everywhere.
Yeah, needed to kind of stretch that out a little bit. Full timeout is wanted by head coach Joe Smines as they've got the 24-18 lead. Oelwein
not going away.
No, they got beat by this team 69-45 back to start the year. And just kind of looking at, they've been averaging 53 points per game, have only lost by an average of 3 points. Jesup's won by a little over 8 points a game, and they've been putting up 66 points on average. But I feel like this game, it's moving a little slower than they were last night.
It's moving about 100 miles per hour slower than last night. And if I recall, the first time we played Oelwein, I think it was a fairly close game for the first half, and then things stretched out a bit in the second half. But so maybe we'll see that here tonight. Waving at our fans down there.
Well, you've got quite the following,
and I use that term "fans" very loosely. Not my mom and dad.
No,
Anthony.
Other ones. And that guy.
That guy's probably off now.
Yeah, he's
that guy happens
for the girls' game.
That happens to be the uncle of Adriana Bold. For those of you that were with us for the women's version of this game tonight.
Oelwein now within 4 after that basket.
Jump shot. Man, that's unguardable.
Take him to 9.
Tried to guard it. That was tight defense, but Jack just elevated and you got to get that. You got to make sure you make that one. Treptow.
Fire. Baseline along Landon Vogel. Little bounce in. Little stress with Sauser, and
that's going to stick with the Huskies.
Jesup defense. Still inbound under that basket with Ethan DeTemerman.
You got to think about that one for a second.
Yeah, I do have to stop a little bit. A lot of M's. Is it 4 M's or is it 4 N's or 2 M's? I have to look closer at that.
1, 2, 3.
When you just glance
three
at
M's and an N.
No good. Shizzle pulls that down. 2.5 remains first half. Miller in out of the legs. Little cut over to Landon Vogel. It's impressive to watch Jack with that ball. It's just natural.
Yeah, really.
Shizzle, a little handoff to Miller. No look out to Moore.
I mean, everything's no look.
Yeah.
It's just, you're right, it's impressive.
And even, but between the legs, a couple bounces.
Yeah.
Quick off that dribble. Pass wide over. Beat the shot clock on that. Vogel's going to step in for a 9-footer. No good. And there's just some shots not falling tonight.
Speaking of Vogel, Dylan is his younger sister's name. So I don't know. Dylan is probably at this game somewhere, but.
Shizzle, baseline out to Vogel. Three-pointer was in line. No good. 90 seconds remain.
Treptow set to toss the ball in underneath as Caleb Timmerman and that is Dylan Hamilton come back into the game.
Timeout. Timeout is wanted by Oelwein.
32nd.
32nd for head coach Michael Mullis. Assisted by Cole Thomas, Josh Ain. Head coach Joe Smines for the Jayhawks, assisted by Nick Donley, as well as Steve Schmidt. Support in there from Rodney Selesky and Brock Sabers, the middle school end. But Brock running some stats tonight. Michael Johnson also in a support role. Steve Schmidt and Johnson support the fresh, soft, and JV teams for Jesup boys.
I haven't seen much of Mad Dog this season. I don't. He's still doing stats or had to
he likes
away.
to keep us guessing. He's on sabbatical, I think.
Sabbatical? Okay. Well, hopefully he's okay.
90 seconds up, and a couple of those shots have just struggled for Jesup tonight. Treptow will draw the foul. Both teams not able to be in the bonus just yet. Jesup will get that opportunity on Oelwein's next foul. And a quick no-look into Miller. Jumper, wow, in and out, no good.
It's not often you don't see that fall for
Well, and you're looking at Jesup has only put up 4 points this quarter, and Oelwein 5.
Jack, breakaway layup, gets the step and makes it.
28-20, pushing that minute mark. Jump possession. That'll go towards the other way, and Jesup will have it.
If you ever want to know without looking down whose ball it is, watch Jack. He knows every time.
I'll take note of that.
He points. The next time they call jump, he won't do it, but most times he's pointing the direction that's going.
Treptow forces his way in, sees that pressure from Sauser. Again, only 6 points this quarter for Jesup.
Low scoring affair. Sauser with the foul. That's his first. Jesup is in the bonus, so they will be shooting 2 every foul for the rest of the half here, which is only about 43 seconds.
Second one, no good. 40 seconds, clock is rolling.
Fortunately for the Jayhawks, the Huskies haven't done much of anything on offense this quarter either.
7-second difference in the shot clock and the game clock. Pryor open here to Buckhorst.
No backboard got in the way.
Now Sauser, he tries to take it on his own. Moore comes in. Shot clock is off. Miller waiting out. See him get that last one off the top of the board, no good. Last second shot, Pryor up off the board, no good. 29-20 is the halftime score.
Pryor wishing he could have that one back.
Jesup only outscores Oelwein 7-5 in that second quarter, surprisingly enough. Waiting on head coach Jordan Conrad, making his way up here to the upper patio.
Making the way.
Probably to put some suntan lotion on first, I would think, before he made his way up. Was that a little Cheers theme song? Yeah, I had to think about that. Anthony was quick on that.
One of, if not the greatest show ever made, in my humble opinion.
So we'll hand the headset off here to head coach Jordan Conrad as Jesup girls move on to a record of 13-3 overall. Oelwein goes down to 7-11, and Jesup improves to 4-0 in conference play. Welcome aboard, Coach, and again another night and another I guess lopsided win.
Yeah.
When you look at the one last night and you look at it tonight, and you got to give credit to Oelwein. They just kept after it. They were there. They continued to play throughout the game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a prideful group that plays really hard. They got a couple of really good players, and the score is what it was today. But you look at their schedule and what they've done with some good teams. Some teams that we've lost to that they've played really close. So that's a solid team. And I know the score doesn't reflect it today, but when you look at it, but I think that says a lot about us too, as well, about where we're at with our growth throughout the year and coming into the end of the season here with playing some of our best basketball.
And I guess really looking at Adriana Bolden, it was really from tip-off till last horn.
Yes,
she was just she just stayed with it unofficially. I had her at 23 points, but she was a stealing machine too.
Yeah, she was outstanding tonight. Like you said, both ends. She did a great job of playing anticipator in our press. Great job of timing on our traps. She had a couple of really nice finishes around the rim. A couple, crossover finishes. Getting to 2 feet and finishing around in traffic, and an outstanding and one there in the first half early. That create. After she had a couple of steals that led to a timeout for them after we got out to a 10-1 lead. Yeah, it had to have been close to a career high for her if it wasn't. She was really good tonight, and that's what she's capable of. When she does those things, she's really, really good. And I think that's what's been great about her throughout the year. She's just continued to not go outside of what she knows she's good at. She doesn't try to do things she's not good at. We have people that do that at times. It sounds so simple, just do the things you're good at, but and that makes you a good player. But there's times where we have people that step outside of that, and it leads to poorer play. But she's done a really good job of just accepting who she is, knowing who she is as a player, and just playing it to her fullest.
Yeah, and you look at this. I can't wait to look at the stats and just kind of see where they're at. But when you look at there was a number of turnovers. You guys had your fair amount too, and there's probably some things you're thinking. Okay, there's some things we need to clean up before we see Wapsie Valley on Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even with a lopsided win like that, there's still some things you're seeing, I'm sure.
Yeah, I can always find something. I promise you that. I can always find something. But we were really good tonight. I can nitpick at some things. I got upset at a couple of things, just scouting report wise, but the girls executed it like we wanted. C is coming in averaging 24 a game. I don't know what we held her to, 6, 7, whatever it was, way below her average, and that was an emphasis coming in. Don't let her get hers, and the girls executed that really well, and it took everybody to do it. Emma Bowes did a great job of rebounding the basketball. She got out and ran the floor, had a couple of nice finishes. She got back to doing what she's really good at, offensive rebounds, just kind of hustle plays, doing a good job playing anticipator. Jaden got in there, knocked a couple of threes down today. Great to see a couple go in for her. Hopefully that really gets her going. Peyton Bowes just, she's probably not really where she wants to be offensively right now, points-wise with efficiency, but she's doing everything else, right? And that's what we've talked about with her, and emphasis is she's too good. But she showed throughout the year early on that she's too good. She's going to get it going here.
Right.
Go down the stretch. I know she is because she's going to put the time in. She's going to get it going. But the biggest thing about her is she hasn't let it bother her too much where she hasn't done the other things. You look today and she was as good as she could have been defensively. And she moved the basketball, made some good decisions, tried to get herself in the lane a little bit more today. Didn't finish some of those, but just trying to mix it up the way she scored, did a really good job. And shout out to Peyton Youngblood as well. We moved her to the 1 the last couple of games.
Right.
Trying to just get Peyton Bowes, a little bit different look. Playing the 2, taking a little bit of pressure off of her, letting Peyton bring it up. And Peyton's done a really good job of that. She hasn't done it much this year or last year or anything like that. So it's a new role for her. But these last 2 nights, obviously in lopsided ones, but she's done a great job of looking ahead, distributing the basketball, getting us into offense, which I know sounds really simple, but when you get out there, it's not. So she's done a really good job with her transition.
Well, you get a couple days off here. Get ready for 3 games coming up next week. I guess let's talk about that. Let's talk about Wapsie Valley Tuesday. That one's now a road game. Sumner Fred on Thursday. You got Waterloo Columbus on Friday, if I'm following that order right. But,
yes, sir.
We got 2 key conference games. That's something that you really got to watch right now, sitting where you're at right now in the Nickel East.
Yeah. So after today, we moved to 5-0, and yeah, some key games coming up. We still got 3 conference games coming up. In Wapsie. All you got to do is say Wapsie Valley, and it's not going to come easy.
Sure.
Especially going over to their place. They've, I think they're kind of up and down this year. I haven't watched a lot of film of them, but one night I'll see where, a score surprises me they're on the wrong end of it, and another night it surprised me that they beat a team by 20 that I thought would be a tight game. So, they've shown that they're capable of putting it together. Sumner Fred, it feels like, this is year number 5 for me. I've probably played them 10 times, and I don't know if we've had a game that hasn't been single digits with them. It feels like anyway. So going up to their place, it's not going to be easy. They're only got 1 loss in the conference right now, so they're looking to knock us off and try and find a way to still win conference. So we got to be ready to go there, and then then we finish the week with a strong Columbus team that's been in a lot of games. Record-wise, maybe not as many wins as they thought they'd have throughout the year. But, you look at some of the scores, and they're in games against some good teams, having opportunities late, just haven't quite closed it out. So we're going to have to play really well in all 3 of them to have the results that we want.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight and last night, and we'll talk again next week.
Appreciate it.
Head Coach Jordan Conrad here on our halftime. Jayhawk boys leading right now 29-20 on Oelwein. We'll be back in a couple minutes on the Jayhawks Sports Network. All right, back in action on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Harlan Technologies as Jesup is leading right now, 29-20. Oelwein will get things to start this second half. Starting 5 are in there with Vogel and Shizzle and Moore and Treptow and Vogel as Sauser goes in there, and he is leading scorer right now for this Oelwein squad. Put him in double numbers. First one there. He's got 11 total.
Sauser's he's a tough kid as Jack Miller drains a 3. He's a strong kid, physical down low.
14 total for him right now.
It's, you look at Tarek Pryor at 6'4", he's about an inch taller than Sauser, and I think one would expect almost to see Tarek down there. But Pryor really is, he's a little bit more of a perimeter player, guard forward, and Sauser obviously down where he needs to be.
Pass around the perimeter, looking for an opportunity. Jesup again defensively, really trying to keep him in that guard court. And everywhere they go, they're stopped up. Shot clock, wow, was it 2 seconds? And that outside shot from Burkhart goes in.
A lot of these names I know from my days at Paradise Valley up by the Mississippi. There was a large group of Oelwein residents in the resort, quote unquote resort that we would stay at, and got to know a lot of those folks there. A lot of fun.
And they got to know you too.
Drank a lot of sodas, of course.
I'm sure you did.
Hydrated
really well. 32-25. Yeah, don't disregard the health benefits of iced tea.
I actually love iced tea, but I don't like sweetened iced tea.
Okay.
Sweet tea, I like mine. I don't know. Unsweetened, I guess.
Not sweet.
Unsweetened.
Clock will stop at 6:17 as Oelwein will get dinged on that, and we will have Treptow inbound in front of that Oelwein bench. Landon Vogel off to Shizzle. Finds Miller, he's deep. Pulls it back in towards Kale. He takes a little 6-foot jumper, no good. Gets his own rebound. Start this offense over again.
Kale's really doing a nice job this year. His shot hasn't gone the way I'm sure he would like it to for much of the season. Speaking of shots not going the way you'd like, way off the target for Vogel there, but Kale has really stepped up, on the distribution part of the offense, leading the Jayhawks in assists right now with, just about 6 per game. And very low turnover. I think he's about 6-1 on the assist to turnover margin.
5 points now total for Burkhart. 5-point margin, Jayhawks and Huskies. And again, this is a big one that Jesup needs to really solidify as Jack Miller helps that. Takes him to 17. Again, Jesup still, 4 games off that they still need to play here in the Nickel East with 1 tonight and 2 next week.
Pryor with the travel there. Jesup needs to throw together a few stops and convert those to points. Spread this lead out a little bit. Not that you want to get complacent or comfortable in a game, but something beyond 8-point lead would feel more comfortable against this Oelwein squad.
Miller looking to go left, but wow, no look over to Treptow. Wide open. Ryan Treptow hits a nice 3. Take him to 9 total and a 38-27 margin, which should be the biggest margin I think we've seen with the Jayhawks tonight.
I believe so. Coach Smines with his traditional post-score timeout. He's going to take 30 seconds to discuss things, no doubt hoping to get another stop here on the defensive side and add again to that that margin.
Just looking at the schedule for next week for Jesup Athletics. Junior high boys in action at home on Monday against Wapsie Valley. On Tuesday, we talked about a bunch of changes there. JV varsity boys and girls basketball getting moved up to Wapsie Valley as Jesup Wrestling will host the regional dual team tournament. And then Thursday night, Sumner Fredericksburg. That's a home contest doubleheader, boys-girls doubleheader here at Jesup. And then Columbus on Fridays, we have shared before. Out of the timeout, ball comes out of bounds and will remain going towards that south end.
Madden Sly into the game for Nick Moore. So apparently tucking your shirt in is no longer a requirement.
Depends on the official, I found.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, depends on how strict the official is going to be on dress code. And charging in, Burkhart. He's got 7.
Well, 75 years ago when I played, having your shirt untucked was just simply not an option.
Well, or Oelwein seems to be consistent.
Yeah.
We just got, we got a couple players that are stretching that a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. I guess if a ref's not going to enforce it, I would probably prefer mine not to be tucked in too. As we see the untucked, as I draw a blank, Landon Vogel. Wow. What day is it? Who am I? What am I doing here?
Under 4 minutes.
Sometimes I think I might have a little early Alzheimer's. There's a Shooty.
Well, they're making their way. We'll see here maybe between the quarter. You want to maybe let them know maybe between the quarter we'll
yeah. I will text him. Actually, I'm going to call him real quick.
Jesup Wrestlers making their way back from Dyke New Hartford. And I think between the quarter we're going to honor them in-house here with recognition of winning the conference championship today. Under 4 minutes here, 41-31. Baseline, no look for Miller out to Shizzle. For the rim, no good. And a whistle. Foul down low on the outside. Made shot for Oelwein. Continued the Timmerman. He's now going to 8 total. And Vogel with Miller left side, outside jumper. Rim no good. Pull that down with Pryor.
They're going to come in front of the parents between half and quarter.
And a fast break with Shizzle. He finds it in the hoop. Total of 5 now. 2:45. Bring it left side. Dish out. Up with Sauser. Taking with 13 total. Jack Miller. Straight on, looked at his shot 11 feet out. I think he thought maybe Madden Sly was going to be breaking out there. Moore comes onto the floor. Sly will have a seat. 2:25 remaining here in this third period. Outside play from Oelwein, just really looking for an opportunity. Burkhart had dished that back over. And Pryor heavily guarded by Moore. Gets the ball loose. Sauser maintains pressure, and that comes off out of Jesup. It will be Oelwein's ball with 2 minutes to play, third quarter. (43-36).
I'm back.
You're back. You were coordinating some things.
Had to do a little running. My mom just texted. She thought I fell off the balcony. She really kind of. She went 0 to 100 on that one, but.
Because your voice dropped off?
Well, probably because I'm my dad's son, and she just expects the absolute worst to happen when suddenly I'm off air.
Well, you maybe had some other things to do. Outside shot left. That's a big shot. Bring that in for Oelwein, and 9 points total for Pryor.
So this game has tightened up a bit in my absence. Not that I had anything to do with that, but
Vogel with an attempt. 3 doesn't go.
Oelwein pushing the ball hard, getting it inside to Sauser. Gets his own rebound. Jesup has to have that. You cannot allow him to get his own rebound. There was not one person boxing him out on that.
Continue to move full speed. Oelwein not letting up. They see the opportunity here, especially to get their 4th conference win. Down floor, quick up, and Landon. Clean ball there. Under 40 seconds. Deep shot from Miller. Rim. Moore's fighting for it. 30 seconds.
Pace of play has picked up, Nate. Oelwein able to play for the final shot of the quarter here if they choose to, which it appears they are.
14 seconds. Looking for a last shot from Oelwein. Top, no good.
Ball's going to go out of bounds. Stay with the Huskies.
43-39. A little more point production than we had in that second period.
Jack Miller with the ball. Long range shot. No good.
And no good. Ladies and gentlemen, earlier today, your Jesup J-Hawk wrestlers competed in the Nickel Conference Tournament, and they're bringing home the championship. 222.5 points. Union in second at 207.5. Wapsie Valley in third. Denver in fourth. But talk about a great season for these Jayhawk wrestlers. Again, a round of applause for this team. Look at a chance, face your JSN audience in this side. Congratulations to the place winners today. And ladies and gentlemen, Tuesday night in this gym, regional tournament, regional duels. We invite you to come out here and see the Jayhawks compete. Thanks, guys. Congratulations.
If you weren't able to hear Nate on the microphone there, we did. I guess you saw it in front of you. We did have the opportunity to congratulate our Jayhawk wrestlers as they just arrived home from taking the conference championship, the Nickel Conference Championship, which took place over at Dyke, New Hartford. Today. So
big
first time ever in the
That's what I'm understanding.
Yeah.
If it's happened, it's been a long time ago.
I guess as I look across at that banner, it says we were champions in
91.
Well, but so the 91 is an error. I guess we were awarded the championship. They came back a day or an hour later and said you guys actually lost by a half point.
Is that just like Central Florida winning the college football championship?
Yeah.
We're just going to keep it.
Yeah. So it's on that banner, but that is not correct. But it does look like we won 3 previous to that in 69, 72, and I can't see that first one, 1966. So 66, 69, 70.
So in the modern era of NICL wrestling, Jesup gets the championship, and look forward to the dual meet happening on Tuesday. That means state duels are going to happen on Saturday, and then following that, district wrestling will take place, and that's when you find out what individuals will move on to the well later part of February.
And visiting, I ran into Coach Gross at the bottom of the stairs.
Was he coming up?
Yeah, he was going to come up because he wasn't sure what the plan was, and he was pretty proud, as you can expect, and he said the boys were pretty fired up about it. So neat, very neat for them. So much work, time, effort has gone into that program, so very happy for the coaches, the team, the parents, all involved.
Landon Vogel has had a great game tonight. He's got 12 points, but he's moved that ball well with his teammates. And, Coach Smines will tell you, you can look at the stat board and you can have great rebounding, steals, turnovers. But if that ball's not going in the hoop, it don't matter.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Off-ball foul, that's going to go against Treptow. Some extracurriculars happening in the front court there that the ref was not having any of. So Oelwein to inbounds underneath, taken by the Jayhawks, quickly up the court to Jack Miller, who a little up and under.
Coach Smines wanted to see a whistle there,
honestly,
but Jack quickly back on his own. It looked clean.
Yeah, I think it was a good no call. Jack, he was on the move. I think he just went down naturally.
Slow things down a little bit. Now Treptow pulls up 6 feet out.
Treptow had an opportunity to shoot that 3. I wouldn't. He's been pretty effective from 3. Wouldn't mind seeing him take that. Shizzle.
Will dish out. Vogel is ready. Rim no good. Jesup quickly back on defense. 5:37 to go here in this game. And there's Pryor. Had an open opportunity, and Oelwein. Wow, it's not just Jesup that's not getting that ball to go through. Oelwein right in there as well. And Treptow, he says, hold on a minute. Let's reset this.
He said,
he gets a three-pointer in there.
He said, Luke Baldwin, he was just talking about how I passed up a 3 and I probably should have shot it. I'm going to go ahead and knock this down.
Let's just do it.
Just to make him feel like he knows what he's talking about, even though he clearly does not.
Just hold off, everybody. We got it. We got this one. 52-41 as Jesup extends. I think this is even a bigger lead than we had. And the Oelwein coach having a lot more conversation with the official during this timeout, as was Joe Smines. Just getting some clarification on some evaluation of that last play from the official's standpoint. As we get through this full timeout.
Appears the officials are talking things over amongst themselves, too.
It's all appropriate conversation, right?
Just a thankless job. I mean, you get paid to do it, but it's not that much. And
and they say
these guys take a lot more abuse than they deserve.
And vertical stripes aren't very flattering in the first place.
No, they're really not. They're really not.
You look at like the NCAA and NFL officials' uniforms now, even NBA. It's a little more. It's got some more style to it now. Let's see where the high school union's going to roll into that. Maybe attract more people in with the better outfit.
Yeah, they went to the gray and navy, I think.
And I think it's required, at least in the NFL, that it has to be form-fitting. That it has to be 2 sizes smaller than what you usually wear. I believe is now the new rule in the NFL.
I don't know if that's a rule, but it certainly seems that is the case, doesn't it?
They're just painted on, many of them. 5:14 here left in this game. Jesup, again, leading scorer, Jack Miller with 19 total points on the board.
Oelwein, there was no shot clock. The shot clock had not been started, and I don't know who was yelling. Somebody down in this corner.
So a question, I think, on...
I don't know how you do that. I don't feel... You're just going to take a random amount of time off the clock?
I'm going to take 7-8 seconds off, and
I think it was
guess you just
probably closer to 15 seconds that had gone off.
I think you just got to let it work its way through. Again, we had shot clock issue last night where the horn wouldn't shut off, and they had it was a controller issue that got taken care of, and they're going to set it at 25, and coaches seem all right with that. And both clocks are moving as we're underway here in the fourth. 5 minutes to play. Deep shot. Outside, hits that rim. No good from de Timmerman. Again, I had to think about that, Luke. Deep shot, Treptow. Back of the rim, no good. Comes back top of the key, and now Sauser. Back out to Prower. Ball takes a stray bounce, but a keep with it attitude. Caleb de Timmerman, he comes in and gets that to go. 52-43, ball in and out for Oelwein, or for Jesup. Treptow, a little frustrated with that. Nice takeaway. Treptow kind of waiting in the wings. On his own, one step in.
I'm going to call that on the ground.
Yeah, no shot, but a foul, and both teams neither in the bonus yet.
I believe that's against Pryor. Yep, that's Pryor's third. Brady Burkhart back into the game. He's replacing Dylan Hamilton. Shizzle long pass over to Treptow.
High up, nice catch by Moore. Just working the time. Into Shizzle, no look back out to Treptow. Butts in the plate, and now Landon Vogel. He had the opportunity, and they'll reset this again.
Credit Treptow with that rebound. He kicked that into Moore's hands.
Weaving traffic, pulls back on it. Treptow's wide open.
Get the roll.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
The ball that time said, hold on, I'll get there.
I'm going to go ahead and go in.
Just give me a second. Taking a total of 15, and here's Jack Miller. Right-handed dunk.
He's got some wheels.
21 points total for him. Pryor in that corner. Shizzle tries to knock it away, and enough where Moore ended up with it. And there's Shizzle. He gets his layup and in. He's going to 7 now. Actually, total of 9. Correct that.
Jesup starting to pull away here on some solid defensive effort. Nick Moore got the last steal and nearly picked that one as well. He did, but unfortunately his motion, or his I don't even know what I'm trying to say, Nate. His momentum.
Okay,
I'll give it to you.
I'll give you some time. That's all right. That's all right. We got 2:46 to play. You'll get it.
One of my teammates at work always tells me, use your words, Luke. Use your words.
Miller again.
Wow. That was aggressive.
2 last night, 2 tonight. It was aggressive.
Look at him. He's fired up.
Had some power there. His wrestling buddies showing up. Get to see him working tonight. Treptow straight on. And the collision down low. Whistle will count towards Shizzle. Bring it back the other way.
God, I wish we had instant replay. That was a hammer, man.
Anthony, you can figure that out, right? After 5 years, I thought you had it figured out.
We have that giant screen up there that hardly ever gets used.
It's a good investment.
Which, by the way, we should clarify, is absolutely not Anthony's fault. It has nothing to do with Anthony.
No. It's a good-looking piece of equipment, though.
In fact, I think Anthony tried to get, when that was purchased, tried to get an attachment that would allow him to send a feed directly to it, but that was
miscommunicated.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Let's just air all the dirty laundry tonight, you know? Let's just
I'm not like trying to throw anybody under the bus, but I'm just saying if we had a little, you know, that missing piece, we could use this much more.
Well, I'm sure there's a school administrator at home right now.
We got to get Baldwin off the air.
Listen to all this. Yeah, it could go either way. Let's get him off the air or what? What?
Or maybe they're thinking, wait a minute, there's something that we could purchase and we could have replay and I don't know. We're pretty fortunate to have the technology we have here at Jesup. I don't if I know you and we've watched a lot of feeds from around the conference and beyond, and some of them do a great job, and some of them are
still working
just
on it.
not real great. So we're pretty fortunate with Heartland Technology here in town, and Anthony Baugh, our on-site producer and camera operator tonight. We've got the best of the best here.
Yep, even with substandard announcing. You know.
And I don't know why they have chosen not to do anything about that yet, but
it's
here we are.
I feel like it's almost Shawshank. Once you're in, you're in. They don't let you out unless you can climb through the sewer.
And I think we've taken it to the sewer a few times.
There's been some times, yes. Anyway, this is the Jayhawks Sports Network. If you haven't picked up on that, from Heartland Technology, I'm Nate Claybrick. That's Luke Baldwin, Anthony Baugh. Probably the one with the thickest skin up here. Has to be.
Takes a lot of abuse and doesn't have a mic to give it back.
No. Jack Miller, top of the key. He's really slowing some things down right now. 90 seconds to play.
Yeah, I'd love to see him just pop one right now.
Oh, I imagine he's thinking about it. Comes out prior to the rebound. Reset that shot clock. Just kind of let Oelwein do what they want to do right now. Don't need to hear any more whistles till that last horn. And that one comes out of bounds. It'll remain Oelwein. Shot clock at 22, 61 seconds remains, and we're going to see some substitutions come in for the Huskies.
We've got Hamilton, Pattison, and looks like the Timmerman into the game. Maddox Pattison, 6'1" sophomore forward, number 0. I don't know if we've seen. Yeah, we've seen him tonight, haven't we?
I think early on we did.
Okay.
We'll put up and in. Give credit to Bryce Kunkel with that basket. Got about 18 seconds difference between the shot clock, game clock, and Jesup will move on to a record of 10-5 overall, 4-1 in conference play. Oelwein Huskies, they will go to 6-10 overall, 3-4 in conference play.
Jack says, give me that ball.
The shot clock is off. Schissel tucks the ball underneath, and Jesup will win this one tonight, 61-45. Jack Miller with 23 points, 15 for Ryan Treptow, 9 for Cale Shizzle, 10 for Landon Vogel. Madden Sly has a basket in as well. Leading scorer for Oelwein, 13 points for Sauser Pryor, ended up with 9. Luke?
Solid win for the Jayhawks, just like the girls. You know, it started up till half, and actually midway through the third quarter here, it was kind of anybody's ball game, but obviously the Jayhawks ran away with it in the end. Solid victory. Couple of sweet dunks from Jack. Those are always fun. You know, after last night, just a really two great days of basketball for both the boys and the girls, so they can go into the new week feeling good about themselves.
Well, our next broadcast is coming up on Tuesday, as we will have regional wrestling with the regional dual wrestling, team wrestling, as Jesup will get the nightcap, and they will face the winner of Clarksville North Butler and Lisbon. Those two teams will face off at 6 o'clock. We'll have it for you here on the Jayhawks Sports Network, and then Jayhawks will follow up. Again, we'll have that for you, and then basketball on Thursday and Friday. Be a busy week next week, again on the Jayhawk Sports Network. For Luke Baldwin and on-site producer and camera operator Anthony Baugh, I'm Nate Claybert from the upper patio of the South Gym. Girls win and boys win tonight against Oelwein. You can watch this again on replay and other events we have on our YouTube channel, also on our Facebook page. This is the Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology. Music courtesy of bensound.com. Go Jayhawks, and good night.